Alright, so in today's episode, we are going to get finally inside of the debugger mode and do some real debugging. So we will mainly focus on two important buttons, F5 and F6. We will also go through call stack, checking out like where you can display a list of variables and everything like that on one special program that I have prepared for you. It's going to be something that I would like to hear from your side, like how you, like if there are any questions, like you just let me know, because usually when we do this in one-on-one coaching programs, before we get to this level, our clients already know multiple things about declaring variables, subroutines, and everything. But in this program, I try to show you multiple things at once. So I'm looking forward to hear your feedback, whether there is something that is not clear to you. If so, you let me know so that I can explain you better, and it makes it really makes sense for you. That's my goal, to help you to get to the debug mode even faster, and you let me know whether there are some questions so that I can help you answer them. Enjoy. We start in the very first executable line of code, which is report. Okay, this is the Z report, and this small yellow arrow that you can see in the left side in this small yellow or brownish color bar is telling us on which line of the code we stopped. Okay, so when we executed this program, we didn't execute the whole program. The code has started to execute, but it just stopped on the very first line of the code, and from this point we are going to explore further and analyze the program, like what's going to happen. Okay, so as I said, these four buttons are going to be the most important for you from now. All right, so let me show you the difference between all of them. So if I hit single step, what's going to happen if I click on the button is that suddenly this yellow arrow has moved from line 9 into line 11. Okay, so you can see that we have skipped some parts of the code. Like, what has happened and why we have skipped this? Reason why is because SAP or debugger is stopping on the lines of the code that are executable. So types, these are the definitions for the types. Data, these are the declarations for the variables. Okay, so these are not executable lines of code. So SAP just skips these lines of code because it's not going to do anything. It just declares the variables, types, constants, and everything inside of the program. Now we have stopped on a line of 19, which is going to do something like this. GVF5 next step. We will put into this variable, GVF5 next step, we will put there something inside of these apostrophes, and it's called F5. Okay, like what's happening? Since many of you are also new to ABAP programming and in programming in general, like let me tell you like what's happening. GVF5 next step is a variable which is containing, which can contain value. If I double click right now on GVF5 next step, let's do it right now, it opens up in the variable list. Right now, I can see that it contains nothing. Value is 0. It's nothing. Now, when I press F5 into this variable, I'm going to put value F5. Let's do it right now. F5, pressing the button, and inside of the variable, I can see that I put there value F5. So it comes from this hard-coded value in apostrophes. Okay, so variable is a place or a specific construct of programming, if I can call it this way. Hopefully I'm somehow simplifying it for you. It's something where you can put value. Okay, so we have defined what is also important to notice. GVF5 next step variable, we have defined it as a type TV step. Okay, type TV step. TV step is a type that we have defined under the types. So this TV step is of a type character of a length 2. Okay, so me as a developer, whenever I am defining variables, I'm also thinking like, okay, what am I going to put into this variable? So if I know that my variable is going to contain only 2 characters always, because I know the logic of my program and that's what I will need. I will just need 2 characters always. That's how I can define my variable to contain only two characters. Okay. If I would hypothetically, if I would put into gv-f5 next step variable value f5 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, let's say something bigger, what SAP will do is going to cut on the second place. Okay, so in the end we will also have f5 inside. And what is important in a debug mode is that inside of a debug mode I can check out what's the current value of the variable. Okay, so that's how you can see what's inside. Then the next executable line of code is writing something on a screen. Okay, so that's what's going to be displayed in the output after using write statement. So there is going to be icon green light, and I'm going to announce to the output that executed first step F5. Okay, so I will press the F5 button, and the next thing that SAP is going to execute is something that is called function module. Okay, so if you have heard about function modules, methods, forms, these things are called subroutines. Okay, so this is a more general term for something that you step inside and you want to explore further, like what is called inside of the subroutine. Okay, the reason why we as developers are creating subroutines is because we want to execute specific functionality maybe more times. Okay, so if I as a developer, I create a function module, I can use this function module not only in this current Z report, but I can also use this function module in multiple other programs. So usually function modules are used for creation of a functionality that can be repeatedly used in different programs. So some kind of utilities or processes that you do in companies that are going to be useful to be used in multiple programs. Okay, so for this reason, ABAP developers are creating subroutines. Now, if I go, how can I find out what is inside of this subroutine? Okay, so if I press F5, what is going to happen? That I'm going to step inside to the subroutine. So let's do it right now. F5, single step. Suddenly, as you can see, I went off from the program. And now what's happening is the following. Like in the upper right side, in this call stack, what you can see, or maybe you didn't realize that, but let me just point it out to you, that right now we got into a level 3 inside of the call stack. If I would click on event number 2, which is event start of selection, if you see start of selection, it's always a main program, main logic of your Z report. Okay, so start of selection, if you are looking for a Z report inside of the call stack, you should look for event start of selection and then look for the name of the program, and that's actually the name of the program that we are calling right now, ZAA demo debugger 01 basic. Okay, so as you can see, I double clicked on the stack number 2, and you can see that I'm currently inside of this subroutine, inside of this function module, and currently executing the following line of code, which is again calling a function. Okay, and let's read through the comments that I've prepared. So F6. So F6 is the next button next to the F5. Okay, so this is a button called execute. So F6, do not step inside of this subroutine. Okay, so that's the purpose of this F6 button. So pressing F6 will execute code inside of this function module and move to the next step. Because if I would click on F5, what would happen is that I would get one level deeper to this function module. But what I can do, I don't have to go through every function module or through every subroutine and dig deeper. What I can do, I can press F6, as right now. What has happened is that we have executed everything that was inside of the subroutine and stopped on the next step. Okay. Now, F5. What we want to do, we want to get even deeper and check the ABAP stack. Okay, so what will happen? I will call function called ZAA demo debugger 01 go in 2. Okay, go in like the next level inside. So let's do that. F5, and also please watch this call stack. F5, and as you can see, we have moved down into the next subroutine called go in 2. Okay, this is a second a function module. So we went even one level deeper. And once again, you can click through the levels where we are at right now. Okay, so we are currently inside of the Z program. We are inside of this subroutine. Okay, inside of the go in subroutine, we have gone to the go in subroutine 2, even one level deeper. And this we are at right now. Okay, so now when we press F5 to exit this place, we will then write on the screen, and let's do it right now. I will write on the screen what is written in this function module, and as you can see, this yellow arrow has gone to the end function. It means that we are going to step away from this function module, and this function module will also get disappeared from this call stack. So F5, and we got back into the go in subroutine. Okay, so we are here. We are back on the stack level number 3. Okay, so let's stop here because there was a lot of things that we have covered so far. So I want to make sure that we don't rush through the process. As I mentioned in the beginning, let me know if there are some things that I can help you answer before we move on. But in the next episode, we will take a look on other F7 and F8 buttons and other things that are going to help you navigate inside of the debug mode really quickly. So if there is anything not clear to you, just let me know inside of the comments so that I can help you answer any of your questions and help you move on and be faster and more efficient in debugging. All from my side, have a nice day.